guys, welcome back to another lesson. It is Tuesday, so lesson day. Today we're going to be taking a look at Queen, Hammer to Fall. I did a cover on this one a couple days ago. Thought it would be a cool one to cover and do a lesson on this week. So yeah, we're going to be covering that today. Heads up for you guys before I start teaching. The actual song in Spotify is slightly lower. It's not quite a half step down, but it's just slightly lower than standard tuning. So for those of you wanting to play with the Spotify recording, you will have to kind of tweak your guitar according to the song on Spotify. No clue why they do it. Some bands did it. I know AC/DC's got a couple songs where it's just slightly lower than standard, but it's not quite a half step down. So I don't understand why, but you know, maybe it's to have their own sound, right? So I will be doing it in standard with drop A. It's very low, but just a heads up that if you want to play it with the recording, it will be, you'll have to adjust it based on the Spotify tune or Apple Music or whatever you guys are using. And I'd advise starting with your A string, because that's the key to this. Just play with your A string and try and get it the same tuning as what the recording is, and then tune all the other strings from there. So yeah, we'll get right into it. As I said already, we're going to be standard tuning, so E, B, G, D, A, except your E string is all the way down. It's an A. So it's a whole octave below your A string, and just to give that extra bass in your chord. So it's going to start off with an A major chord, and I just bar this. So bar 2nd fret, D string, G and D, and down up down, and then down down. So the down is on the A chord, and then the second one is 4th fret D string, 3rd fret B string, and then again. That's 3 times. And then that position, 4th on the D, 3rd on the B, 2nd on the G. You slide that up 2 frets, same position. So slide it here. And 7th fret A string, 7th on the D, 6th on the G, and 5th on the B and the E. So these chords, they're a little tricky when you're first starting to get the hang of them, and especially this one right here, that A major chord. But Brian, he's just using all of the strings that he has available to him to get the fullest sounding chord, which I think is so cool about his guitar playing, because he just knows how to get such a full sound out of his guitar and use all of his strings to his benefit when he's playing. So that'll be the intro there, and then the verse comes in. One time through, 2 times through. Now that's the second part of the verse. So it's the same A chord to start off with. So you play the bass strings once, and then you play the chord. So you're kind of alternating back and forth. So bass string chord, bass string chord, bass string chord. So you start on that A only once, and then back to that bass string. While you're on that bass string, you slide up to that second position of the 4th D string, 2nd G, 3rd B. You just slide that up. So it's the same chord position as the beginning, it's just different different orders now. So 1 here, 2 here, and then slide that same position down 2 frets. So, and it'll sound weird as well without the recording because it's on the off beat. So 1 on the A, 2 up here, 2 sliding down 2 frets, and then 1 on the A again, and then that A you hold for 1 beat. So 1, and then that's just 2nd fret D string. Hammer onto 4th fret and pull off to 2nd, and then 3rd fret A string with a half bend, and then A power chord. So A power chord, 2nd fret G string, 2nd fret D, 4th D, 2nd D, and then half step bend on the 3rd of the A string, open A, and then you go to the A chord and you just put your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the B string and then pull off to A chord. So 3rd off, bass note, and then the A chord. So I'll do this second part here slowly. And then it goes again. So it goes once through back into the intro riff, which is what I just played, and then it goes 2 more times for the verse. So once, that's 1 time through, goes 2 more times after that for the verse. Obviously not that fast. I think I was playing it a little fast there, but I'm trying to conserve time. And then once it goes through 2 times, then it goes so same as you were doing before. So once it goes through that second little riff that I've shown, it goes back into the original. So second riff goes through twice as it did the first time, and then it goes back into, it goes through that once, and then once you finish it, it goes into this part leading up to the solo. So this is like an E major here. There we go. So 2nd fret D string, 1st fret G. And what I'm playing is I'm D string, G string, D string, E string, B string, G string. So this first one, and then you slide up to 4th fret D, 2nd fret G, same picking pattern, and then you slide that position up 2 frets, and and then you slide that up to 7th on the D, 6th on the G. So you only play that once. So the D string, G string, D string, E, and then it goes into the, so it's different from all the other ones leading up to it. So now D power chord, A major, and then I play open G and then 3rd fret B string and E string, and then D power chord, and then back to that E major again. And this time, instead of going D, A, you're going to go D, and then an E major power chord. So 2nd fret D string, 4th G, 5th B. That's going to go 4 beats. And then what I'm doing is I'm playing open D, and same picking pattern, D, G, D, E, G, D, and then 4th fret A string, same pattern, and then I go to 2nd fret on the A string and hold it with the 4th fret on the G string, and then it goes into, the solo. So that part I'm going to cover in my full lesson on Patreon. For those of you who haven't subscribed already, I'd really appreciate it if you did, and if you like the video so far, it doesn't get any different on Patreon. It's just the full lesson. So if you guys are interested, go check out the Patreon. Check out the Instagram page as well, because sometimes I post on there things that I don't post on YouTube. Maybe they're solos of songs that don't have a lot of guitar, or that I just want to cover the solo. And yeah, for those of you sticking around on YouTube, I hope to see you on Patreon. Hope you guys can join me, but if not, until next time, keep on rocking.